We are comparing two distinct philosophies of automotive engineering. Mercedes-Benz commands the high end, pioneering luxury and frontier safety. Toyota dominates the globe through disciplined scale and mass-market efficiency. We aren't evaluating them with subjective ESG scores. We use the U model, a strict economic framework measuring exactly how a corporation manages resources and stability. Running the data, Toyota takes the win with an 85% overall score, edging out Mercedes at 83%. A manufacturer famous for rigid production methods mathematically outscores the pioneer of high-end bespoke automotive tech. An organization's true value relies on its radius of impact. A company only strengthens the global economy when its positive effects reach a broad market. The U model tracks three specific pillars. Code measures a company's refusal to do harm. Credo tracks the actual benefit generated. Rights verifies how accurately it meets the expectations of its workers and the public. Together, these metrics calculate meaning density. A corporate system remains stable when it solvently pays its operational costs across the widest possible footprint. To measure this, we map both automakers on this radar chart, tracking their performance across 5 goals: minimizing public costs, maximizing productivity, expanding service quality, lowering mortality, and increasing happiness. The organization that efficiently covers the most surface area here builds a more resilient footprint. Let's look at the numbers. Under the code pillar, refusing to do harm in the manufacturing sector means stripping waste out of the supply chain and minimizing the tax burden on public infrastructure. Toyota attacks this problem with the Toyota Production System, utilizing extreme lean manufacturing protocols. By standardizing components and producing strictly on demand, Toyota strips excess inventory logistics from operations. The supply chain runs in tight, predictable loops. That discipline earns Toyota a Credo score of 86%. Mercedes operates on a completely different axis. They engineer highly customized, complex machines, offering millions of potential option combinations to the buyer. Customization requires a fragmented, heavier supply chain. The per-unit profit margins are excellent, but the resulting environmental and logistical friction limits Mercedes' Credo score to 78%. Toyota wins the category because regimented mass-market production requires less energy and maintenance from our global roads, grids, and supply lines. Credo tracks the direct benefit an organization returns to society through its research, products, and technology. Mercedes leads the sector in frontier engineering. They push the boundaries of Euro NCAP safety standards and integrate advanced software-defined vehicle networks before anyone else. Those engineering breakthroughs save lives, but they sit behind a luxury paywall. Because the technology only serves a narrow, wealthy demographic, Mercedes' Credo score caps at 81%. Toyota focuses engineering on broad accessibility. They spent decades refining hybrid engines to reduce emissions, and now use that strategy to scale hydrogen pilots. The technology diffuses directly into the middle-class market, allowing millions of average drivers to affordably transition away from pure combustion engines. This bar chart shows the resulting economic volume. Toyota generates an estimated $450 billion in global contribution annually, earning an 85% Credo score against Mercedes' $280 billion. Technology only maximizes its societal return on investment when the public can actually afford it. The rights pillar evaluates the correctness of expectations, measuring internal worker stability, clear job structure, and socioeconomic support. Both automakers execute this exceptionally well. Toyota scores 85%, and Mercedes follows closely at 84%. Mercedes delivers immense cultural prestige to its workforce, sustaining highly skilled, centralized employment hubs primarily clustered in Europe. Toyota distributes its job creation. They build localized production hubs in the regions where their vehicles are sold, embedding supplier ecosystems directly into global municipalities. Mercedes offers peak brand prestige for its employees, while Toyota's distributed manufacturing stabilizes a much wider, more inclusive radius of communities. The data yields two distinct profiles. Mercedes commands the peak of absolute safety and prestige. Toyota masters the mechanics of systemic scale and affordability. Looking at this synergy heat map matrix, we see that under the U model, these competitors are actually highly complementary systems with an 85% synergy potential. By combining their strengths in specific operational overlaps, they could drastically reduce the transition costs facing the entire auto industry. Pairing Mercedes' frontier crash data and sensor engineering with Toyota's high-volume manufacturing could instantly establish a new life-saving safety baseline for entry-level cars globally. Optimal global stability requires forcing strategic consortiums between the pioneers of precision and the engines of efficiency. For business analysts and investors looking at capital allocation, Toyota proves that ruthlessly eliminating supply chain waste creates deeper, more durable organizational resilience than relying on high-margin exclusivity. For policymakers and urban planners designing the next decade of infrastructure, incentivize joint development. Subsidize the luxury brands to absorb the heavy R&D costs, and leverage the mass market producers to deploy that technology quickly without straining your municipal budgets. And for the consumer weighing a purchase, buying a Mercedes maximizes your absolute personal safety and comfort. Buying a Toyota maximizes your contribution to the broader economy and minimizes your environmental friction. Both corporations engineer the reality we live in, but when we measure the full scope of their economic operations, Toyota's lean accessibility builds a stronger, more equitable baseline for everyone.